my special, wonderful peoples. 8 millimeter. There we go. I have been pretty busy actually. Kind of funny how that worked out. Food, me, stuff. Hello. So for today, I'm having. Good morning, by the way. Hope you're having a great breakfast. I'm having mine. I got my African Roots Equal Exchange coffee with cream, with oat milk and honey. First sip, bam, bangarang. I got my staple favorites, my vegan drumsticks, and my uh, vegan mac and cheese with chili flakes and a little bit of seasonings, because we like them. We like them spicy. We also like them good. They're both from a company, a local company. eLife, I believe. Yeah, from eLife. Yeah, good food. Good food, good eats. So, like I was saying before, these are really garlicky. I love garlic. So, as I was saying before, the podcast is like blowing up. Like, it's crazy. The last episode almost had 1,000 people listening to it. I have no idea why. It's kind of average to get about 50. So, it's a little strange. I got my El Idolo shirt on. It's just wild. I'm very happy about it. I'm confused, but I'm happy. The newest episode. Good morning, Zeph. The newest episode, I did I Dream of Dead Mice episode, which I don't do very often. But I had this really vivid dream, and so I wanted to talk about it. So the last episode was about that. I liked it. I thought it was really good. I then went into kind of like some stuff with my dad. Like a steady, conscious conversation. I think the pequeño editions of the podcast have actually really resonated with people because they're not super long, but they definitely get enough out that people kind of feel like they can binge them, which I really like. If you've written me emails on the podcast email, I apologize. I haven't had a chance to check them in a couple days. But yeah. And I love that thing. I love interacting one on one. And as far as my secret projects that I've been working on, those are going really well. I can't wait for the opportunity when I actually get to show you some of them. But, secrets. Secrets. That's kind of what happens. You work on something, you get commissioned to do things, you get hired to do things, and you have to kind of wait till they come out. They get published. It's been that type of year, actually. Within the last 6 months or so, I've had a couple of projects that I've been hired to do. I've done them, and now I'm just waiting for them to kind of come out. Only two people have seen them, the client and, of course, Alec. Alec likes them, so I think the client's going to also. But If they do, that's great. If they don't, I will be sad, but it's a process. There's kind of ups and downs and highs and lows on what you can kind of do. For those who want to know, drumstick, mac and cheese. So yeah, it's kind of coming together. It's getting itself moving, as it were. So I'm excited about it. I really am. I wanna do more. I kind of enjoy the private collector aspect, or even the business aspect of it. I've done so much to try and be like a muralist within the last couple of decades, and I love that. Don't get me wrong. It's very physical on the body, though. Like, there's definitely a lot of aches and pains that are associated with that. So when I can do something more kind of personal and small, inside, amazing. Outside stuff is brutal sometimes. I don't think people have really seen it or experienced it. I saw this Reddit article recently about this guy who got kicked out of a Reddit art group. I think it was r-art, because his work, and I saw his work, they thought it looked like it was made by AI. And I looked at it, I kind of saw what they meant. I think the sad part about that is, like, when a trend hits sometimes in the art world, people have a tendency to go like whole hog on it, and then it just looks mass produced. The other problem that comes with it, which is the more obvious problem, is although his work doesn't look extremely unique, I guess in a way, the factor that that AI stuff is trying to mimic it, and so it looks like he's mimicking them, is a scary idea. I remember being like a baby artist and having my work compared to other artists, and it was not a compliment. I think people thought it was a compliment, but it wasn't a compliment. Because you're going to have your own voice, you know? My mug says, by the way, it's a sapphic poem. Slender Aphrodite has overcome me with a longing for a girl. Sapphic Sapphic poems were very, they were like the first kind of lesbian poems, I guess, in a lot of ways. There was always kind of like the joke about, like, oh, they're just good friends. They never married. They were just roommates till they died. And really these women who, like, blatantly just loved each other and were together and etc. But people were just like spinsters living together in their own home with all their pets and cats and dogs and wild birds and monkeys and whatnot. And they lived there together for decades until one of them passed and the other would mourn them and never married or dated anyone afterwards. And I was like, yeah, that sounds like a widow. That's what that. All right, sure, okay. Good target find, for the record. It's just funny. It's always funny how, like, history does that, though. They take, like, a very obvious thing, or it's just like a romance or something of that nature, and they go, yep, these two dudes, unsuccessful, but they instead kept each other company forever. And ever and ever. You see like drawings of them and they're like draped across each other in love. No, 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 no. Best friends. Best friends. You gotta let it go, man. I think there's something very beautiful about the factor that, like, when you look at like old French, uh, Bohemia type stuff, there was a lot of like just free. They were like free and they were living, like they were poor and they were dying, but they were free with their ideas and like. It's like dangerous because they romanticize like poverty and pestilence, but there's something really beautiful about it in the same extent. I keep like daydreaming about like Moulin Rouge when I say it. It's interesting. Very interesting. What else? A bigger bite than I thought it would be. So in the comments, when you get to this point in the video, what did you have for breakfast? Was it good? Is it tasty? Was it tasty? Is it too early for you to know because you haven't done it yet? Are you late in the day because time zones? How does that work? Well, I mean, I know how it works, but what did you do? How did you eat? Did you eat by yourself? These are all questions. Do you have conversations too early for breakfast? See, I was thinking that because where you are, I think it's like 3 to 4 hours earlier than me. Because I'm on the East Coast, so it's like 10:36 here. I don't remember. It's like 7:35. Jeez, no. Well, I can't lie. I would still be awake. I'm still not. My sleep patterns are still off. Because they have been most of my life. 3 hours difference. Okay, I was right. It's 3 hours. Look at me. Remembering stuff. Look at me. I'm so proud of me. Been up since 5. Yeah, same here. Cats, and then I can't go back to sleep. I've been trying. I really have. Teas and meditation and all that stuff. I feel rested, but I don't feel not sleepy at the same time. I don't know if that makes sense. That may not make sense. But, yeah, for the most part. Totally understand that. Thank you. I cannot remember the name of this book that I'm reading, so this is not helpful at all. But I've been reading this like Afrofuturist Brazilian sci-fi novel. And it's like multiple stories. And I've really been enjoying it. I'm still having to get out my dictionary because there's still words that I just don't know. The funny thing is there's like little words that I don't know. It'll be like 2 letters, and I'm like, I don't know what that means. Like S-O, the O has like a apostrophe over it. I'm trying to figure out the best way to describe it via the English language. And that means alone. So it's like so, alone. So it's interesting. I keep getting these people who like speak Spanish or who don't speak Spanish. They don't speak Portuguese, but they keep telling me that Spanish and Portuguese are almost the same thing, and I'm like, but they're not. Like there are words that definitely live in both languages, but like no and no are both pronounced no and no, but like no in Portuguese is not. Now in a with a tilde, like a swoosh, like a wave. O is no. No. So it's just kind of interesting. I've always enjoyed like learning how to like read different languages and stuff like that. Like I just think they're really fascinating. I've really only done it with like maybe 3 languages, but I've enjoyed all of them. When I was a child, I got trained. I took classes in school to learn Japanese. So I used to be able to read a little bit of Japanese, which was really interesting to me. The whole concept of like kanji, and it was just fascinating. You know, as drawing your words is, I don't know, it just feels brilliant. But for the most part, yeah. And then Portuguese and Spanish and English. I wish I was better at all of them. And like I'm not bad at them, but I wish I was always better. So it's kind of an interesting parallel. I think the funny thing is you eventually get to the point where the words start kind of interchanging. So like pergunta, problem. Palavras, which is words. In my mind, when I'm thinking about these things, they kind of come into them. And I really want to work on some stuff in addition to the commission work that I'm doing. Work on some personal stuff. I really want to like get the words back in the stuff. I just think words with hats are just more interesting visually. Because you're like, I don't know how that, like they're, oh no, oh gosh, oh no. My fingers. As much as my ring hit the table, but my finger got trapped in between. It's okay. It's still in one piece. It's just, whew. It's okay. I'm alright. I'm good. See, they're still there. 5 for 5. Still going. Yeah. I don't know. I find like when I look at other languages, like European languages that have like different alphabets, there's like letters that have like 2 dots over them. I know like Dutch has that. And I always find stuff like that really interesting. Like I like scour the internet to figure out how to like pronounce these things. Now it's much easier. You can just type Google, and then there's like a little speak button, and it'll tell you. But it's just it's very interesting, like the journey of learning to me. It's just really fascinating. I think I'm full actually with this. Have the rest of it for lunch maybe later. So let me see. Update on life. My dad is okay-ish. He's not worse. I'm trying to be in contact with my dad and my stepmom more often so I can just see how they're doing and, tell them they're not alone. Calling my mom. We're talking. She's doing well. Cats are good. Alex getting a lot of commission questions, which is cool. I told her I was like, sometimes it's good to just be flattered, and you can still say no. If you get weird ones, you get weird ones. I get weird stuff all the time. I'm part of an art collective of people online who get thrown commissions all the time by different groups of people. And just contracts and stuff like that. And yeah, some of it's just weird, man. There's a lot of stuff people ask of. It's just strange. A lot of like pre-existing characters with cosplaying other pre-existing characters is a popular thing. Popular famous people cosplaying stuff like that is something people ask. I don't do those, but I get asked those all the time. Um, I think the last one I got was, who was it? It was Captain America, like Steve Rogers, Captain America, with the outfit and over the outfit, dressed like Sailor Moon. It was just strange. I was like, "What? What are you talking about?" And then I just kind of looked at it and I laughed and I was like, "No, I don't think I'm gonna do that." But I appreciate it. It's strange. I get a lot of Sailor Moon stuff. Is what people ask me about. Hey Tina, and it's just kind of funny, like the weird little commissions that people try and get me to do. That I'm just like, I'm not doing that. I appreciate it though. I would like to see that. I mean, I think about it. I think about just doing it as like a joke thing. Um, my favorite thing I've been getting recently is a guy wants me to do. He sent me two photos of his manager and the manager of the store across the street because apparently they like meet in the parking lot and have like little kind of like manager meetings, and he wants me to draw them as the cover of like a BL comic, a BL manga, like a yaoi. So it's very funny. He's like sent me all types of weird, like funny titles and stuff for them. Um, I don't remember how to say it in Japanese, but it was something like it was something along the lines of like love between it's like love between the yellow lines because they cross the, love between the double yellow lines because they cross the street to talk to each other. I guess they were like high school friends or something like that, but they're just very like affectionate, like hugs, like oh so good to see you, etc. And he's like it just feels like in another world they would be in love, Sappho and whatnot. Sapphic, some type of sapphic poetry would be written about them. So that was an interesting one. I considered it. I was like, I don't know that. Just friends, huh? Yeah, exactly, exactly, Zeb, exactly. Just buddies, real close buddies. And I'm just like, yeah, that's fine. I told him I was like, I think about it. I was like, I don't know. I was like, I don't know. I definitely would not be opposed to doing those. It always feels awkward to do. It feels awkward to do artwork for people who are not consenting to be part of artwork for someone else to kind of just mess with them. But I'm like, are you using it? Are you keeping it for yourself? Or are you using it to like tease them? Because I don't want to be a part of it if you're teasing them. Um, are they in on the joke? Yeah, I'd pass on that one. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, there's another one where there's another group of people who are like they're all in on it. They think it's hilarious. They think it's great. They take photos together, like 1 foot up type of. They give a hug. They give a hug, and it's just like the foot's up, and I'm just like, yeah. I was like, okay, they were part of this, so that's fine. But I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. I have all these other projects I want to do. I got to finish the zine. Preferably, I'll finish it this month. I got to scan all the artwork. Hey, man. What's up, cool lady? How's your wildcat adventures going? How's the cool grown babies, and also the other grown baby, Caleb? How's he? Um, yeah, it's just interesting. It's interesting to like have like this kind of. I guess my style doesn't really work with the idea of like kind of a manga type of thing. Like, cause you've seen how I make art. My art doesn't look like that. I have much more kind of. I'm more akin to Diego Rivera and Diego Rivera's style of painting. Um, my work looks more South American. not Asia. Asia has kind of more like a unity in the way they do things. I feel like mine are a little more. I don't think my work's ugly. I think comparatively compared to the two, it's just very different. Like I don't always try and make everyone look the same. And I do big noses, big lips, and bigger piece like more striking visuals. I went to my one of my best friends' homes yesterday to check on them and see how they were doing, and they just hang out and fall asleep on a couch. And I was they have a bunch of my art up in their place, and I was just kind of looking at it, and I was like, this is like decades of work, and I'm like, my work is so it's not different per se, but it's definitely it's changed as time has gone by, and like I miss some of those styles, some of those looks. Oh my god, they were so cool. Which feels weird to say about my own artwork, but I promised my father and my stepmom the last time I had dinner with them I was gonna stop being humble about things that I'm proud of. I'm very proud of my work, and so I'm willing to finally like just accept unjokingly. But yeah, it's definitely changed. Like Tina just said, it's definitely changed as the time has gone by. I think it's still kind of in the same. Good for you on your own awesomeness. Thank you, Seth. Um, I just feel like I wanna I wanna be proud of myself. I wanna openly be proud of my work. I think I've jokingly told people throughout the decades like that, I bring some real cool stuff. And then I laugh and I go, yeah, whatever. And I'm just like, but I do though. I mean, I love my art shows when I can do them. I haven't been able to do them for like 2 years, which is killing me. Um, but I do. I think my shows are cool. I think when you get a chance to see one of my shows, like it is an experience. There's a lot of artwork everywhere. You can walk around and get lost a little, and there's all these little weird details and etc. Hiccups, gotta love them. And I don't know. I just wanna. I feel like it's time. I feel like it's time for me to allow myself to be the artist that I feel like I've earned the accolades for. Accolades, not accolades. It's like a low acid base, I guess. I don't know. Accolades. Um, yeah, I don't know what I was talking about. I lost myself in my pun. Um, yeah. So my big plan today is I'm gonna try and work on something myself. Hopefully, I can share that with you what I'm actually working on. Um, and then I'm gonna go back to the commission work that I'm doing because I gotta do some more of those. I really like what I did last night. If you go on my Patreon and subscribe to that, which I have a new pro deal by the way, I'm fully searchable again. I had to go through all these hoops, but I'm back to it now, which makes me feel so happy and proud. Um, so it's Jawara, Jawara, Blake, Blake, or as we jokingly say, Jawara Balake. Hey, Balake, type of thing. And so it's up there. Subscribe. You'll see all types of stuff you don't see anywhere else, which is really amazing to me. It makes me very happy. I'm still editing a YouTube video that I'm trying to put out this week. I'm making some lo-fi beats to then use with my stuff. I'm really excited about that. I've never really wanted to pay for background music. I love paying for music. I love buying albums. I love supporting artists. I'm not really like a background lo-fi track purchaser for usage anyways. Like I definitely listen to it and I definitely buy that music, but I don't like usage stuff. I don't know. It just feels like I could if it's something that's just there and it's not really a soundtrack per se, then I'd like to make it myself. So I'm learning how to use kind of like synthesizers and stuff like that, where I can just kind of get like a nice chill drop, and I feel good about that. So, like I said, check me out on Patreon. This is going up on the IG as well as the YouTube. The YouTube takes a little longer to upload because it wants to put it in HD. I don't know why. But yeah, so until next week, Galeras, I love you. Have a great one. Painter out. Ciao. Bye. Internet. Yes. Hello. Yes. I am in the trying to figure out this ridiculous thumbnail, and then I will say goodbye to you. Painter's breakfast. Got that. Add to the series. This is episode 32. I didn't even know we did 32 episodes. And there we go. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. All right. Have a great day. Mwah. Love you. Have a great one. Peter out. Ciao. Bye. This is my face up close.